So you'll need your bolster today. We'll start on our backs. If you don't have a bolster, you can use large pillows. Bed pillows are fine, but we're keeping the energy grounded and moving from place of visualization. If you feel like you might need a blanket or something handy, you can always keep it nearby. Remember, you can always get up, get the props that you need if you need to at any point. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a heart opener today. So I like to keep my bolster close to me for this. I like to place it underneath my thighs. And I'm going to start at the second highest level today. You always have the option to start at the lowest height. I'm going to place one block just below the breastbone, just below the shoulder blades. And I'm going to place the second one right behind my crown so I can support the back of my head without feeling any compression in my low back. Now, for me personally, this is why I like to have a bolster or something close by. It helps to, for me, just give my tailbone some direction to move down. This isn't necessary, but it does help. And from here, you're going to take the arms out into a soft cactus. I'm going to go a little bit more restorative today. Even though we're stepping into more light, we're moving towards spring awakening, springtime. We're in this energy field of Maha Shivaratri, which coincides with Lent, which coincides with the spiritual tradition of going within, of taking 30 to 40 days, in this case 40 days, to remove the distractions. And this is what so much of practices outside, let's say, of yoga can share this symmetry, can share this balance with yoga, right? There's a going inward, an immersion of awareness that is required. We call it Svadyaya, studying ourselves. And that can only happen when we invite the deepest parts of ourselves to explore, to sit with what is happening, what we're feeling. Sometimes the parts that we don't want to feel and we push away, but letting those parts of ourselves come to surface, come to light. You might be grappling with, how can I feel joy or gratitude even for something that I have when there's so much strife happening in the world? By feeling the gratitude for what you have, by finding that humility, by finding how inherently blessed we all are, that in and of itself raises the vibrational frequency, the energetic balance, polarities start to shift. And this is why today we're starting with a heart opener. As you take some time to melt into this posture, to open up the heart, open up the rib cage, the sternum, I want you to draw your awareness to any place that might be feeling tight or restrictive here. Any place that might be feeling like it's being tightly bound down. Or can you find that spaciousness, that joy within yourself? Take a smooth breath to inhale. And a smooth breath to open up your mouth and sigh that breath out. I want you to get a little bit more physical in your specifics here. Sorry. Draw your awareness now to your abdomen, to the low ribs. Draw your awareness to the upper armpits. See if you can maybe hold on, peek up at me if you need to the mat. See if you can use the outer part of your mat to draw your fingers away from your hips. Draw the arm bones up. Take a smooth breath to inhale here. Open up your mouth and sigh that breath out. And see if you can start to walk your feet a little bit further away from you. As if you're scrubbing your heels. Notice how that changes the rib cage. So this is going to be very subtle, but you're going to feel it on a parallel level inside. So I'm internally rotating my femur, and at the same time I'm pulling out of my hip joints. So I'm feeling a long elongation along the front part of my psoas. If you peek up here, I'm feeling this start to open up through the breastbone. And I'm also feeling it run parallel down the back body. Take one more smooth breath here. Remove the block that's underneath your head. See if you can slowly, cautiously remove the block that's underneath your back. Again, move a little bit slower than I did. As your back comes down to the earth, take a moment to pause here. Draw your right leg in. Cross your right leg over to the left side. Again, I'm using the bolster here, so peek up, as leverage. And it's just going to be a guide. I'm going to keep my top leg over. You're going to feel a little bit different of an approach here to the outer part of your greater trochanter. Take your block that's on that left side, place it underneath your right side knee. So really want you to get into a deep twist here, a supported deep twist. When we support the legs, it's getting deeper into the lower back, hips, outer hips. Notice what's opening up here. Come back to center, take your time. We're just gonna trade one leg out for the other. We're balancing each side, side by side. Left knee comes in. Little scooch and twist over to that right side. Block to prop up underneath that left knee. Use the props. Only want you to focus on one area at a time. As this left leg is propped up, it's gonna give you spaciousness to just focus on the lower back. Make the adjustments that you need to send that outer left hip away from the shoulders. Smooth breath to inhale here. Slowly come back to center. I want you to pause We're going to lift the hips up. We're going to come into a restorative bridge. You should keep your feet on the bolster or pillow. Notice that it's already set up. Second highest or first highest height. From here, maybe extend one leg. So we're still keeping the shape of a supported low back bend this time. We're lengthening from the lower hips, lengthening from the psoas. If it feels comfortable, you can go ahead and extend both legs. Once you feel comfortable, go ahead and close the eyes here. So making sure that the low back is fully supported. I want you to draw your awareness down to the soles of your feet today. And almost as if you could breathe into the soles of your feet like a cat's paw. Inhale, spread the toes, let the breath move there. Exhale, release. Breathing in, spread the toes, spread the feet. Breathing out, releasing. Just taking a few moments to just visualize the breath breathing at the soles of the feet. We often do not think of our body parts as being alive, right? But they very much are. We know that when our feet are too sweaty, or when we've had too many socks on, our toes might begin to peel. We know that our ankle joints, when they have too much air, might start to crack. The parts that we don't think about are often the parts that need that recharging. So I want you to draw the awareness of the soles of the feet, because that's also where the interconnectivity to the internal organs are. Right? In reflexology, this is where the gateway to the rest of the body is. It's through the soles of the feet. Now you might start to feel and notice that your lower back and the hips are releasing. I want you to draw your navel into your spine. So you're drawing everything down. Bring your feet to the top of your bolster or pillows. Tilt your crown back, and we're going to take the legs up now into viparita karani. Peel the toes back. Scrub the heels up to the ceiling here. I want you to take 8 rounds of full breath here, peeling the toes back. So the thighs are really working here. Strong legs. I want you to continue to take 6 deep breaths. You don't have to wait for me. If you need to pause it, pause it. Take your time, slowly bend your knees, bring your feet down to the earth, lift your hips, slide your block out. Take a moment here. We're going to cross the legs now. So I want you to cross that your left leg over your right. Drop your hips over to the left side. Take a supine twist over to the right. I want you to notice if that's shifted anything in the outer part of your hips or body since you've started. Focusing on the breath here, 8 rounds of breath. I'll be quiet. And then slowly draw the knees back into center. Come back. Let your body neutralize. Take a moment here. Cross that right leg over the left. Rock your hips over to the right side. Knees fall over to the left. 8 rounds of breath here. So when we're practicing yin poses, for instance, we're stimulating and getting in touch with the yin side, the feminine side, that feminine line of energy. It helps to counterbalance all of our action, all of the masculine, all of the doing. When we're in restorative poses, where we're really focusing on using the blankets, the props, the tools, we're resetting the nervous system. So both have equal value, just different specifics. One balances energy that is underused, so it's bringing more of the yin aspect to light. And then restorative restores the nervous system by putting the body into cautious postures. Slowly come back to center. Take your time. I want you to find your happy baby. I just want you to check in for a moment. You haven't done any sun salutations. You haven't moved the upper body yet, but I want you to check in with how expansive the low body is feeling. If it's feeling expansive, if it's feeling tight. Maybe you'll take one leg out, then the other. Come up to a comfortable seat. Take your time, and we're going to take this into a supta virasana. So we're hitting the fronts of the legs now, but we're still taking this in a restorative and yin variation. They say both because if you're taking both legs behind you, I'll give you the option, then that becomes a restorative and you're holding a little bit longer. If you're taking one leg at a time, then you'll have to trade it out, and that becomes a more yin variation. Please, please, please use your blanket if you know that you need a blanket. So we'll set this up by either placing a blanket underneath your knees, and let's do one leg at a time. So let's bring the left heel, it's the yin side, left heel to the outside of your buttocks. And very slowly, you can start to, if you need to prop up your bolster, you can place a block underneath. You can make this as high or as low as you need. With this particular posture, when we're really targeting the fronts of the legs, we're dealing with the issue of fear. So we're going to stay here for some time. If you feel like your body wants to take both legs back and it's comfortable for you, I'm going to ask you to do that now. Right, so if you know that virasana is a posture that you can stay comfortably in without putting any extra pressure on your knee joints, we'll take that. Make any adjustments that you need to for this block. You can move it out completely. But I want you to come to a place where the arms will be overhead, so you're feeling this openness of the body. Maybe even close the eyes. In the front of the body, when we open the front of the body, it's very sacred. So this can be bringing up quite a lot. We are living in a very turbulent world right now where there's a lot of fear happening. Even if you might not feel fearful yourself, the vibration of security, stability, unknowns, family, jobs, all of that is being uprooted. And that vibration is being felt unanimously across the globe. People everywhere can empathize with the loss of life, of home, of family, country, of identity. It is the first place where we identify our ego belongs to a group, and it resides in the first chakra. Our sense of belonging all originates here. When we're able to go into a deeper place, when we're able to go into a space of accepting our own vulnerability, our own instability, we can face that fear, see it for what it is, see it as an illusion, because our needs are always met. And that might be really hard to understand, conceptualize. It might feel very dualistic, it might feel very foreign even. That is the Tantra. That is the Tantra that we practice within this practice. It's the opposition of those dualities. Releasing the ego, releasing the need to want to label, think that everything is fixed. Releasing that fear a little bit more, facing that fear and fearing less a little bit more each time. It's not pushing it away. This posture invites it. Invites it head on. Smooth breath to inhale here wherever you are. Smooth breath to open your mouth and exhale that breath out. If you feel like you need a few more moments in this posture, I'm going to encourage you to stay here longer. If you feel like you're ready to move, you're going to press your palms down to your feet. Use your elbows to guide yourself up. Slowly come on up. Once again, if you feel like you need to stay here a little bit longer, please absolutely listen to your body. You can always pause this recording and come back to it as you need. We're going to take this now into a twist. So having that soft gaze, I want you to prop your right cheek up against your bolster or pillows. Turn your body. We're going to keep turning the body. Place this block back underneath if you need. We're going to keep growing the left side of the ribs as you wrap and turn towards the right. So the left side is roping, turning. Once you're comfortable, you can place one cheek to the mat. Then let your body receive here. This might be a great place, I should have told you before you came down, to cover yourself in a blanket if you needed. We'll be here for a little bit, so get comfortable scanning your body. is one of those restorative postures. It's really about letting your nervous system reset. The only way for the nervous system to reset is when the body stops fidgeting and stops moving. Once you find that place where you can rest at ease, I just want you to focus on the rhythm of your breath. Inhale and exhale 11 times, counting backwards. If you lose count, just come back to 11. 11 to inhale, 11 to exhale. 10 to inhale, 10 to exhale. Continue this pattern on your own. Of course, making yourself more comfortable, more at ease. If you lose count, come back to 11. I'll be quiet for the next few rounds. And very slowly start to bring your top leg on top of your bottom leg. Pause here. Bring your forehead to your bolster. Place your palms underneath your shoulders and slowly let your head roll up. You'll take the hand that's closer to the bolster and move away from the bolster. So taking a little bit of a side opener in what we call swan pose. Open up the side body here. Slowly let that top hand come down. You're going to switch sides by rolling from one side. I'll keep my bolster the way that it is. Roll back for a moment. And you'll notice that your hip is already set up for the opposite side. So left cheek perpendicular. Grow the spine long on the inhalation. And then wrap your ribs around the axis. Right ribs moving continuously towards that left side. Lengthen and rotate. Lengthen and rotate. Take your time. As you're comfortable, same thing, just drawing your forehead as you feel comfortable. One cheek to the side. You'll know you're comfortable when you stop fidgeting, right? So instead of trying to look or place, which we're all guilty of, trust or start to practice trusting that when you've arrived, your body already knows what to do. And we'll focus here again for 11 inhalations and 11 exhalations. See if you can keep your eyes closed. 11 to inhale. 11 to exhale. 10 to inhale. 10 to exhale. 9 to inhale. 9 to exhale. Keep continuing on your own. If you lose count, just come back to 11. Slowly start to draw your top leg in line with your bottom leg. Draw your forehead to your mat, bolster. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. We'll take swan pose over on the opposite side. Reach the top arm that's closest to the bolster away from your body. Take a smooth breath to inhale here. Smooth breath, open up your mouth, sigh that breath out. Come back to center. We're going to move the bolster off to the side. We're going to take one standing posture, but it's actually going to be a forward fold. Now, notice that in the past when I've said, if we're doing forward folds, if we're doing back bends, the last thing we want to do is a forward fold. But we spliced our back bend. We started with the back bend. And then we came to neutralize the spine, just pointing this out so that way, in case you ever want to do the sequence on your own, or in case you're ever challenged with back bending and then forward bending, you are aware of what to do. If you're taking back bends, always neutralize your spine, which is exactly what we did. We came flat on the back. From there, you want to twist your body side to side or open up side to side, which is also what we did. Now, that's given our body enough time to prep and to open up so we can take this standing forward fold. The reason why we want to do this one, we're going to do it on blocks. We have a higher surface, stand close to a wall, because it's going to target the backs of the legs. I want you to keep your belly on top of your thigh bones. You hear that cueing all the time from me when we're in flow. Inhale, Urdhva palms press. Exhale, standing forward fold, belly to the top of the thighs. I want you to keep your belly on top of your thighs today. Keep them glued. It's going to mean your knees are bending a little bit. And what we're really targeting and focusing on here, we'll be in this inversion for about 5 minutes, is to release the backs of the legs. So anything that you might have absorbed, any fear that you might have absorbed with what's going on right now, we're looking to neutralize that. If you don't feel steady with the blocks on the highest level, I recommend coming to the lowest level for you. For me, it works best this way, so I'm going to demo it that way. I grew up in the 80s. I moved to New York during the recession, so leaving my homeland, leaving things in can evoke a lot, right? Now, we don't want that to be stuck in the backs of the legs or where the unconscious is, so this is an example of integrating and using our emotional intelligence, using the postures to guide that. I'm going to start in my standing forward fold, my belly on top of my thighs, and we're going to pause here for as long as need be. I'm not looking to straighten my legs. What I'm looking for is that release that slowly happens. So belly on top of the thighs, head heavy. Again, you can take this against the wall or near the wall if you feel more secure. Release the back of the head completely. Sometimes, depending on what I've been storing in my body, and you can always tell, the more aware you become, the more heightened you are, and where your body is holding information. As you become more experienced with where you're holding tension, you might also become more curious as to standing on a higher platform, depending on your equilibrium. So for safety reasons, I always like to start on blocks. This is also just great to do every day as you first come out of bed. If you feel inclined to hold onto your shoulders or your elbows, you can. This is a very complex posture that's happening right now. All right, belly to the thighs, releasing the backs of the legs, the low back. That's what's happening on the physical level, on the energetic level. It's releasing the excess vata, the accumulation of thoughts, the overthinking or anxiety. On a pranic level, this induces calmness, helping us to focus more on the length of the exhalation, which stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. On the anatomical level, gives us more exposure to the back of the lungs, which is where the emphasis of our breathing actually takes place, in the back ribs. Notice how that shifts your perspective when you breathe into the back ribs versus the front body. Can you focus breathing three-dimensionally here? Notice where this becoming unlodged. Notice where the body is still gripping for that control, right? So the body also tends to have this siege that tends to happen. And it's just protection. It's just protection happening within the body. So when we place it in postures, this is why movement is really important. Asana is important in part of yoga, to move the energy in the body. In particular, when we hold these postures a little bit longer, we can start to feel the benefits of the subtle energy moving, right? So movement doesn't always have to be fast or rapid. Sometimes it just needs to be held and intently focused on. There's movement happening even when we sleep. So imagine what's happening while you're awake and you're putting intention behind what it is that you're doing right now. Keep focusing on the back body. Breathing three-dimensionally into the back of the ribs. Have about 2 more minutes. Notice if you can feel any differences within your calves. Notice how, as you're standing completely on your feet, this might fire up your calves in different ways. Release the jaw, release the neck. Another 30 seconds here. Just making any slight micro adjustments where you can soften, not where you can do more, but where you can actually release more. So Dandasana, staff pose, it's the same feeling that we get, believe it or not. The backs of the legs are strong, the feet are engaged, right? It's the same feeling we want to mimic in the legs. Slowly bend your knees, come off of your blocks, take your time. Use your hands to roll up. Take your time and stand in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Feel a little lightheaded. Just a few rounds of breath here, just standing in your posture. And then circle the arms around and up. Inhale, 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀. Exhale, standing forward fold. Notice how this changes your body. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's make our way to cat-cow. 5 rounds of cat-cow. Moving inside the rhythm of your breath. You don't have to wait for me. Go ahead and take child's pose as you're ready. Big toes touch, belly in between the legs. So we open up the body and we start in that way. It's important to let the energy close and come back to a place where it is protected, where it is grounded. Keep your biceps long by your ears, your fingertips moving away from your hips heavy and retreating backwards. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. A moment here. If you feel like you want to come into Ustrasana, now would be a good time to do that. If you'd like to take camel pose, coming up to your knees. I like to teach this with my hands to my heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Lift the heart, lift the sternum. Keep your eyes on one point. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Keep sending your heart up to the ceiling. Slowly come out of it, leading with the hips and the buttocks. We'll take virasana, hero's pose. Left hand and index finger and thumb to touch on the left knee. Right hand right at the center of the heart. Feel that place that you're touching, filling with light. As you breathe in, listen for the sound Sat, sound of truth. As you breathe out, listen for the sound Yam, transformation of that truth. Sat. Very being filling with light, radiance, peace. Yeah. Feeling your body receive that radiance, that light, peace, that healing. Draw your chin towards your chest, half blink the eyes open. Let's come on down for Shavasana. We'll elevate the legs today and take stonehenge. By taking 2 blocks, placing it in the second highest or the first highest level. Place your bolster over, and then let your calves drape over. You can take your blanket if you'd like. If you feel like you've moved through and need a little regrounding, always a great way to just cover with a light blanket. As you come down to the earth, let your body be heavy. Let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. Let your palms face up, symbol of receiving. want you to scan your back body. Notice if there's anything that you can let go of within your physical body. Maybe you can loosen the backs of the legs and the pelvis a little more. Maybe you can release the back of the shoulders. Give your wrists and fingers a little bit more breathing room. Maybe the jaw can relax and the tongue can drop to the bottom half of the mouth. Maybe you can let the eyes soften and roll back into their sockets. Almost as if you could feel a cool breeze washing over you from the inside out. Knowing that you've taken this time to restore, to direct the energy where it needs to be transformed, transmuted. Let your body, like a plug into its socket, plug into the earth. Let your nervous system reboot. Let your breath be intentional. Just giving yourself as much time as you need to plug into the earth. If you feel like you need a longer Shavasana, stay as long as you need. Get ready to move. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Slide it behind the upper teeth and lightly rub your thumbs over each fingertip. Draw your hands to your heart. Bow your head. Come to any comfortable seat. If you're on your back, you can take this in prayer on your back. Feel this merging of duality. We're living it, we're experiencing it. Not pushing one part away or running towards another part, just feel it. Know that you have the essence of balance inside of you, and that all of your tools are here. Just bow down to the wisdom of the heart that knows only love, knows only empathy and compassion. Find it for yourself and give that to every person that you meet. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Take the fist with the right hand, cover it with the left. Press it below the navel, lean forward, little lift of the pelvic floor. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Stay lifted, stay positive, stay in your light, and hope to see you live next week.